Today is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. We're at Pinelawn here on the main line of the Long Island Railroad. We just saw train 4953 pass by. We're here to see an M3 set, another M3 set. This is the second of two M3 sets. This one went out yesterday for train 166. Basically ran out between Babylon and New York for the morning rush hour. This M3 set that we're going to be seeing is 98.66 the liter. This has 12 cars. This is running as train 1966. The other M3 set, which we saw yesterday, is actually out and about as train 1154 today. However, the 9804 is now the leader of that set, and the 9789-90 set is now on the west end. 9789, of course, leading that M3 set. This M3 set does not stop here at Pinelawn. Matter of fact, this train will be going through here, as its next stop will be Wyandanch. This is perhaps the only good spot that I could get a shot, as you'll have a lot of westbound trains going through at this point. And basically right now, as we have the sun setting at 5:12 p.m., this train will go by through here at 4:53, just enough daylight to get this M3 shot. Hopefully the sunlight will not hinder with my photo opportunity. We shall see. There should be a train stopping here going east. (1964), which departed Penn Station at 3:34. Supposedly this is the last train that stops here at Pinelawn. (1966) stops at Kew Gardens, Jamaica, Hillside, Mineola, Hicksville, and all stops east of Ronkonkoma, with the exception of this stop here at Pinelawn. So this train will basically go right through here. So now 4:33, we're watching 1964 make its arrival. This train will stop and then depart. This is the last train to go through here during the day here at Pinelawn. This is 1964, will go through here. 1963 will pass by it as well. Usually becomes train 2063, and the equipment for 1966 usually turns around as 1971. And 1964 now departing. Just a little under 48 hours ago, there was an incident just east of here at the Little East Neck Road crossing. had delays due to switch issues at Jamaica, which prompted a lot of delays and cancellations. They actually had an extra train start at Jamaica, and it turned out that the extra train was the one that got involved in the vehicle train collision. M7 car number 7070 was involved in it, leading a 12-car set to Ronkonkoma. All right, time now 4:46. We're going to be watching a 9-minute late passing 1963 that held at Wine Dance for a few minutes. Right behind him on his heels is train 4955, which is the deadhead from train 1962. Turns around at Ronkonkoma and then comes back as 4955, and then the equipment comes back as train 1064 later on. Heels is train 4955. Actually, that was train 4955 is coming through now. That was train 1963. 4955 now coming through now. Time now 4:48. And here comes train 4955, right on the heels of train 1963. And within a couple of minutes, we should be seeing this M3 set for train 1966. Here comes 4955 now. Without stopping, this train will go right back to New York and will become train 1064. We're watching train 1966. This is just before Farmingdale. I just got joined by one of my buddies, Joe, who's here now. And here comes the headlights as he's making his way. 1966. Just west of the new highway crossing as the gates are about to come down. Just past farm interlocking. Still west of Farmingdale at this point. Perfect timing as the sun is setting here. Here he comes. Boss better hurry up. Here he goes. With the 99, 35, 36 on the rear, this train went a little too fast to get the equipment. I did see the 99, 21, 22, 99, 04, 03 within. This is train 1966. Penn Station to Ronkonkoma, originated out of West Side Yard. We'll be going into Ronkonkoma Yard briefly. That equipment should be coming back out as train 1971. We're at Ronkonkoma right now. Supposedly that M3 set that came in as 1966 will be coming in and going back out as train 1971, usually does. We have train 1056 in the station right now. 4959 just departed out of the yard at Ronkonkoma, heading back to Penn Station right now. And there's 1056 right now in the station. And there goes train 1056 into the yard. Pretty much on most occasions, if not all, 1056 is usually an 8-car set. Occasion this will have an M3, not all the time, but I would say about 20% of the time, 1056 will be an M3 set. As you see, 1056 is going into the car wash lead and into the yard at Ronkonkoma. .1056 is a semi-local train between Penn Station and Ronkonkoma. This train's basically a local train all the way to Westbury. Alright, so we're looking at train 1056. 1056 will become, eventually will become train, the equipment will become 1975. Supposedly this is a New York crew that brings this equipment out and will bring this equipment back. Once this equipment goes into the yard, 1971 should be pulling out. Alright, time now 6:16. 1056 arrived right on time. We should have train 2066 coming in, then in 1972 coming in from the west as the horns are sounding off of an M7 set coming in. In the background, as you can hear it. And the arrival time is train 2066 at 6:14. Right behind that is train 1972 at 6:20, both with M7s. As 1056 just went into the yard at Ronkonkoma. 2066 is about 3 minutes late getting in. 3-4 minutes late. As you can see, the headlights are 2066 now. And 1972 will be following right behind them. More than likely, 2066 will be held by 1971 as 1971 comes out of the yard. Departure time here at Ronkonkoma is 6:25. And here comes train 2066, 77, 76 is the leader. Time now 6:20, and here comes 1971, and sure enough, we have the 9935, the leader with 8. Coming out of the yard here at Ronkonkoma. Once again, this equipment was train 1966, and now it is train 1971. Horns for train 1972 now coming. It's going to be following 2066. And again, this is train 1971, 9935, leading 12.
Attention customers. Please use caution when boarding and exiting trains. Step over the gap between the train and the platform. When traveling with small children, please hold your child's hand when boarding and exiting the train.
Well, for the distance, you hear 1972 as you see the headlights. Again, 9935 is the leader.
V625, train to Penn Station. Will depart
9935, 9936, 9903, 9904. 9829, 9830. 9889, 9890. 9921, 9922. And 9865, 9866. Train 1971. Ronkonkoma to Penn Station came in prior. It's train 1966.
On track 1.
And it goes train 2066, 1972 following. departure time is 6:25 here. Train 1972 is going to be coming in. 1971 about to depart. And time now is 6:26. And there he goes, off to Penn Station, centralized to the next stop.